Carole King, solo and with Jerry Goffin, perhaps one of the most prolific songwriters of all time. They had 7 number 1 hit songs. Can you name their 10 highest charting ones? I think even a pop music luminary like Trip Rogers just might be stumped. We're going to find out. I'm Phil Yale, and with me, of course, is the aforementioned Trip Rogers. Trip, welcome back.
Phil, you're gonna really kind of get me on this one, I'm sure. But
Oh,
that's
for
the idea.
That's the idea. Well, for those joining us, this is a pop music trivia challenge. Can I trip up? Trip? Can I trip you up? We invite you to play along. Okay, Trip, I'm looking for the 10 highest charting Hot 100 Carole King solo or with Jerry Goffin pinned songs. Do you accept the challenge?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's start tripping.
Their first hit, "Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow" by the Shirelles.
Yep, that is an interesting song. It's one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time. I heard it actually performed by the Michael Stanley Band at my first college concert back there at Ashland. And it goes under a couple titles, Will You Love Me Tomorrow and Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? But absolutely correct. You have got one.
A song they wrote for their babysitter, went to number 1 in 1962, The Locomotion.
The Locomotion. It was also a number 1 hit for somebody else.
It was number 1 for Grand Funk.
That's correct. It was the first time the same song at number 1 by 2 different artists, and it was a number 3 hit for someone in 88.
Okay, and I was gonna say, number 3 hit in 1988 was for Kylie Minogue.
That is
Yeah.
you got it. Okay, you got 2 out of the 10 we're looking for.
Okay, Carole King, of course, monster album, Tapestry, and from that album, It's Too Late, that hit number 1.
That indeed hit number 1.
A song that also hit number 1 that they wrote about a street they lived on in New Jersey, in Verona, New Jersey, which I'm very familiar with since I lived in the next town over. Pleasant Valley Way is the name of the street, and the song is Pleasant Valley Sunday by the Monkees.
Very good. It peaked at number 3 back in 1967.
Carole King, one of my favorite songs by her, did a song called Jazz Man, and I'm pretty sure that was in the top 10 in 1974.
It was toward the top of the top 10. It came in at number 2. Very good.
Okay. Oh, because I got to think more along the lines of Goffin King compositions, and that's where. Well, I guess we could include. No, because I don't think. Well, yeah, Carole King wrote the song "You've Got a Friend," and it was a hit for James Taylor.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it peaked at number 1. And they actually, she appears on that record, as I recall.
Well, the story goes, and again, we talk about Carole King. She and Jerry Goffin divorced, and everybody was telling Carole King she should perform, and she was deathly afraid of it. She had really bad stage fright, and James Taylor talked her into doing a show with James, 1970, and that was out in Los Angeles. And after she did that show, she decided to go in the studio and do her solo album, Tapestry, which of course was one of the biggest albums of the 1970s. And that set her on a trajectory to solo stardom after. And Jerry Goffin passed away a couple of years ago. So there was a lot of that. And Goffin King's song, and I just thought of it, and Carole did a version of it. The original was a big hit for the Chiffons, One Fine Day.
One Fine Day is indeed on the list. That peaked at number 5 in 1963. Now, you mentioned It's Too Late. There was a double A. I was part of a double A.
I Feel the Earth Move.
That is correct. So let's do a real quick review here, Trip. This is for my benefit as well as for yours. Here's what you have so far. You have Will You Love Me Tomorrow, The Locomotion, I Feel the Earth Move, It's Too Late, You've Got a Friend, Jazz Man, Pleasant Valley Sunday, and One Fine Day. Now, by my count here, you've got 8 out of 10 already. You only need 2 more.
Boy, the gears are turning. Let me ask you this. The 2 that I have remaining, are they Carole King solo compositions or are they Goffin King songs?
Goffin and King songs. that peaked in the very early 60s for both of them. One of them, the artist is the same as a letter in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Yeah.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O,
I'm
P, Q, R, S, T, U.
you
Drum roll.
drum roll.
Bobby V. Take good
Oh,
care
taking
of
care of my
my
baby.
baby. That peaked at number one back in 1961. Now, that leaves us with one. This one's an interesting. It peaked at number one twice. Once in 1963, once in 1971, and in between it peaked at number 12 in 66 by three different artists. Two solos, one as a group.
Well, I was gonna say Steve Lawrence and Donny Osmond had a number. They both had number ones with God. I can picture it. It was Donny Osmond's first number one too.
As a young female, about a young female.
Go away, little girl.
There we go. Go away, little girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
peaked at number one twice. And the cover
See,
by
and that's why I'm gonna. You'd said that before. That was the first song that had been at number one twice. No, this song "Go Away, Little Girl" was the first song that hit number one twice.
you are
in the
correct.
record.
You
Yeah.
are correct, and I stand corrected.
And when you said that, that's why I kind of I said, "Oh, is that it?" No, I don't think so. But that's yeah. Again, hey, listen, you look at a good song, and a good song will chart many times. Of course, the other thing you talk about, Carole King's is a stage name. Her name is Carole Klein, and she was a classmate of Neil Sedaka. And of course, when you talk about Carole King, you have to mention Neil Sedaka. Got to mention the song "Oh Carol," as it was written about Carole Klein, who later married Jerry Goffin. True story.
Well, you got all 10. Will You Love Me Tomorrow? Take Good Care of My Baby. The Locomotion. Go away, little girl. I Feel the Earth Move. It's Too Late. You've Got a Friend. Jazzman. Pleasant Valley Sunday. And One Fine Day. Just outside the top 10. Here we go. Up on the Roof. That peaked at number 5 by the Drifters back in 62.
James Taylor did a version of that song in 1979. It was a big adult contemporary hit.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. Crying in the Rain by the Everly Brothers. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman.
Yeah.
Back in
Yeah.
67. A couple others I'll mention here. A song I really enjoy, I'm Into Something Good. Who did that one, Trip?
Oh, Herman's Hermits.
Hermits. Well, you absolutely beat this challenge. I'm wondering how everybody else did. Let us know in the comment section and make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. You can find Trip, Savannah, Georgia. That's 105.3 on the FM dial on WTRSradio.com. He also appears on my docu-discography. I'm going to get this right one of these years. Docu-discography series called Phil Strax. An episode we did together on the soundtrack from American Graffiti. Trip, thanks again for joining me and us
No problem, Phil. No problem.
on this episode of Trippin' Up.